Ladies and gentlemen, it's a cold start for us. We are on the road. Welcome to the Dueling Coaches podcast. Ray, how you doing, buddy?
I wasn't quite sure what you meant by "we'll just do it live" as you yelled that into the microphone, and now I know what you meant. We didn't get the beginning. We didn't get the whole
No,
kit
the
and
intro part,
caboodle.
all of that. No, it's all gone. So
Well,
welcome to the Dueling Coaches podcast. We are streaming live on YouTube every Friday night at 9 p.m. We're re-airing on 88.7 The Pulse, Saturdays at 8 a.m. I'm Coach Mark, joined to my left, I guess, stage right, by Coach Ray. Coach, how are you?
you know what? I'm playing sick a little bit today. I'm on the road as you are. I saw you brought your posters with you. I just brought this ugly picture of a sun in a vacation house in Sun River, Oregon. I'm a little sick. I'm currently outside on the deck right now. I'm drinking coffee. I'm at the end of a long vacation, but I'm here because I appreciate our fan, both of them, that are on right now. They got a late
The
start
true
too.
warriors, the true
That's
road
right.
warriors. Well, we got a big show tonight. We have lots to include, lots to get to. We've got a whole bunch of topics, including vacation activities. Apparently, we're going to talk a little bit about the injuries and what could have been, and even talk a little bit about that one trip that you want to take. At what point do you have to let it go? So, Coach Ray, would you want to give the people the rundown of how the show works?
Yeah. Well, how it normally works or how it's working tonight? No, I'm kidding.
Either.
How it's working tonight is I go through my vacation home and try to find a lamp, and this is the best I could do. But normally, we start with one big headline. We go back and forth, just tell you what's going on in our life. From there, Coach Mark picks three topics. Coach Ray, pick three topics. We don't really prepare at all, at least with each other. So they're a total surprise to us. We talk through some of those topics, sometimes all, sometimes most. And then we finish off with the top three, bottom three. At the end of that, we close the actual radio show and we get into a little extra time, a little overtime that is YouTube only. It's just the two of us. That's when we exhale. We might have a beverage. I don't know. It's a good time.
I like calling it extra time. That's like soccer, right? Like
That's
stoppage
right.
time. We call it
Yep.
stoppage time, the post show. Yeah, we're the immature amateur hour. We're excited to be here. This show does re-air on the radio station 88.7 The Pulse, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Yeah, you can even play along at home if you're on YouTube and watching. We love to have comments come in when we bring up topics. Having different details, and we always love getting that input because our fans are probably funnier than we are. There's a lot of fun takes there, and then we ask questions that we like to get. I think this microphone's dropping down. That we like to get your input and your thoughts on, so you can kind of play the home game that way. With that out of the way, Ray, do you want me to get to the superfan Kevin McCann poll question to kick us off?
Oh boy, do I. Go for it.
Okay, so the question is, and I have it right here because we're prepared. If you had 2 years to dedicate full time to a sport, right? You don't have to work. You're just full time all day, every day practicing at a sport. Which sport do you think you could earn a legit pro contract? Now, sport, we're going to define pretty loosely here, right? I think anything in the Olympics
Yep.
obviously counts. I think anything that shows on ESPN. So that's going to be pretty loose. We've got some of those that are like the Ocho.
Yeah.
You've got some bowling. You've got some cornhole league. I don't know if cornhole would be the one for me, though. Those guys are legit.
It 100% counts, but yeah, I don't know if that's. I actually landed on one little tease. I will tell you towards the back half of the show. I may have been sitting on the deck here in Sun River, Oregon, having a beverage, sunning my tan legs, thinking to myself, what sport could I go pro in? And I got a good one.
Okay. So go ahead and leave us a comment. Looks like we even have a comment already. Ping pong or field hockey? Oh, okay, I love it. Ping pong is legit. I've been over in China and seen some amateur ping pong. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
There's like
deal right
65-year-old grandmas that are like 4 feet behind the table, just cracking the ball back and forth. And I'm going, it's scary. It's definitely scary. So, with that said, go ahead and send us a message, chime in like superfan Erica Carter over here. Thanks for staying up, honey. we're gonna dive into the first topic, but we'll come back if you have one that comes to your mind of what sport you think you could actually go pro in. We want to hear what you have to say. So Ray, the first topic is yours.
Yes, yes. So as always, we're going to start the show off with one big headline. This, of course. Sorry, I saw the jarts come up. I have to share that one. That's good.
Hey, I like jarts just like the next guy. Is that darts and jean shorts or jarts?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first. Anyway, okay. So I obviously reside normally in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we just had a coach pass that meant quite a bit to the community of Salt Lake, quite a bit to the community of Jazz fans. Frank Layden, former Utah Jazz coach and GM. I want to talk a little bit about Frank Layden. Coach Mark, do you know much about the late, great Frank Layden?
So I shared this out on our Instagram page when it happened because first of all, it's definitely tragic. Second of all, I'm going to let you get to the quote that's on the screen right now because it's absolutely incredible. But when I was a kid, my dad subscribed to Sports Illustrated, just like a lot of dads did back in the day. And we didn't get a football helmet phone. We didn't get, what we did get was a VHS tape called Dazzling Dunks and Basketball Bloopers. And I don't know if you've ever watched it, Ray, but Frank Layden is the host with Marv Albert, and they have shtick in between the highlights, and it was incredible. And they showed Frank walking up the sideline. Waterboy hands him a cup of water, and he looks at him and he goes, "Did you try this? How do I know it's not poison?" And he goes, "Here, take a sip." And the kid's like, "Okay." And he's like, "All right." Now, in the middle of a game, just awesome, hilarious guy.
Yep, Frank Layden, known for that sort of humorous side. Actually, Frank Layden played at Niagara University with Hubie Brown, teammates with Hubie Brown. Didn't know, right?
Who was the head coach on that team? That is a coaching tree.
Yes, no idea. So then later, Layden coaches high school basketball, ends up getting hired at Niagara, ends up going and becoming an assistant with Hubie Brown with Atlanta in 1976. In 1979, he gets hired as the GM of the New Orleans Jazz. I'm just going to say that again. 3 years of high school experience, 4 years at Niagara, goes to become an NBA assistant coach, and then just gets hired as the GM of the Jazz. All right?
Sure.
So he's rolling as GM. They move to Utah. 3 years into the 1981 season, they fire their coach and they promote Frank Layden, the high school and 4-year college coach, to head coach of the NBA, Coach Mark.
He went from a GM to head coach. He hired himself?
He hired himself. 2 years later.
Corey Anderson? Sorry.
It's a good show already. Okay, 2 years later, the Jazz have their first winning season ever. They win the division. He becomes not only the coach of the year in 1984, but the executive of the year in 1984. Ends up drafting both John Stockton and Karl Malone. This is why Frank Layden is beloved. He eventually fired himself in the same way he hired himself and ended up hiring his assistant, Jerry Sloan.
Yeah.
The guy is a legend. I'm going to leave you with this. Yes, even Jesus had trouble with 12 guys. What a phenomenal quote. What a phenomenal quote about coaching. I think that sums it up. But I actually have a friend of mine. I didn't even ask him if I could use this story, so I'm not going to say his name, okay? I'm just going to read the story as he posted on Facebook when Frank Layden passed. He said, "One night way back when, my wife and I were having dinner at Fiddler's Elbow and saw Frank Layden sitting by himself having a glass of wine. We asked the server to buy him a glass on us if he was having a second. He did order one, and the server delivered the glass and pointed to us and said, 'This one's covered.' He waved and came over to our table. We invited him to join us, and he did. We spent the next 30 minutes with him, and he could not have been more gracious, full of stories and just good conversation. He left us with a smile and a story to tell." Unbelievable. Cheers to you, Frank Layden.
That's like a Bill Murray deal. And the glasses, I mean, the Phil Donahue, style he's got rocking. This is just classic old basketball where it's like, oh, I know a guy, Hubie Brown is like, gets a head coaching job because he pays his due. He's like, oh, I know a guy. He can be an assistant. And next thing you know, somehow, one guy has to leave the country and another guy all of a sudden gets a job owning a car dealership. And so now you're the top assistant and the head guy gets fired and you're up. It's just crazy. I mean, it's a different world now, but that RIP Frank Layden, man, what a stud.
Yep. All right, you're up, Coach. What do you got for
We
us?
did have a comment for the poll question, which I appreciate. Just keep these coming. We do see them. We'll just hold off until it's a convenient time. There you go. DWAS14 from way downtown, letting it fly. 2 years. I don't think you need 2 years for the Australian breakdancing. That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Very
All right.
attainable. Okay.
So
What do you got?
here, well, I've got a couple of things. I'm going to start with the superfan Craig Smith stat of the week. This is just impressive. 1997, Craig Biggio played 162 games, which is impressive by itself. But even more impressive, 162 games and did not ground into a double play once. He's the only player to ever do that. Shout out Craig Big Ten. And he shares a name with superfan Craig Smith, so that's why we wanted to get this one in. Your thoughts, Raymond?
First off, unbelievable accomplishment. I didn't even know that was a thing. And the fact that we pulled that out as Craig Biggio, I don't think anyone's surprised by it. I am going to do a quick light check. As you can see, it's dark. I'm sitting outside on a deck. Let me see. No, that's bad.
Ooh.
Okay, we're going back to that. Okay.
Optometrist. Better or worse? Better or worse? All right. So to my headline, I did look up your karaoke song here, Ray, and I just want to make sure that this is the one you were talking about by Air Supply. Little creepy. You don't want the captions playing on this Air Supply song. I don't know how you picked that as the one you sing. Moving on. So new rule in the NBA.
Eject. Yeah,
exactly. New rule in the NBA Summer League, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about Summer League coming up.
We are.
We do need to touch on, and that's why I'm wearing this hat. This is my Summer League official hat that we got last year. Ray, happy birthday, first of all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Birthday week. Last year at this time, we were sitting about halfway up in the corner of the court watching Wembanyama, who is an alien. That's two aliens in a meat suit, by the way, play in NBA Summer League, and it was awesome.
It was.
So
yep.
This year, it sounds like unsuccessful end of period heaves will not count towards players' individual stats. Ray, what's your thoughts on this?
My first take is I don't understand why we have to quote unquote try this out. It's like, is this something that happens so often that we need to figure out if the stat people can keep up with the end of the quarter and whether or not that's an actual shot? I don't understand why they need to try it. Either do it or don't. It's not that hard.
First of all. Second of all, is this because are there stat keepers that are going to start trying to keep a meaningful 3-point percentage versus like a total 3-point percent? Like it's a shot, right? Like it should count. I don't get why you're trying to take it off the boards. And I know of players that didn't want to shoot it, or they, at the end of the game, they're running the clock out and they pass it back and forth because they don't want the turnover on their stat line. Like, I don't understand why we have to take this away. It's a shot attempt.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a different approach. We're gonna actually disagree on this one. I don't even care. Like, I don't even count it. Don't count it. Like, nothing says that the NBA doesn't have a story right now. Like, let's decide whether or not we count the end of the quarter heave. I don't care. Count it. Don't count it. It doesn't matter. If you're an NBA player and you refuse to throw it up, I think that says more about you anyway. Like, you should just chuck it up. See if you can get 3 points. The crowd loves it every single time. Like, come on. It's not hard.
I just love the swipe for more. Right? Oh, I need all of the details on this. And yet we're talking about it. Sorry. So it's basically anything beyond the edge of the circle, it looks like. And so why there?
Right? Yeah, that's another. Like, I would like to be part of these meetings if they could just call me in as like the sports czar, because I would say like a heave is anything actually on the other side of the circle. I think a lot of NBA guys have a good shot of making it like right at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Reeves heaves. Now I don't know why he gets the shine here.
Yeah. Can I ask why Peyton Pritchard, who is the most well-known NBA player,
the heaver,
this phenomenon? Yes,
it's a new nickname.
Yes, please.
And because he's on the bench, he's not sweaty, so he's the dry heaver. No, okay. Hey, submit your poll results to us. Ray, we're already off the rails, man. Get used to it. Okay. So that was my headline. We can go ahead and go off with your first topic now.
Okay, my first topic. Hey, so I'm going off one screen in the dark, as you can see. So I normally sometimes I get to show different things on the screen. I'm doing none of that tonight. We're going old school. We don't even have our normal rap sheet. We're just going off I got notes. I got normal plain old
paper.
Note. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Okay, so I want to talk. I want to go back to NBA Summer League, and not because of the heaves. Uh, as you said, you and I spent a little time doing Summer League, and yeah, that's somebody yelling in the background as they walk by on a Friday night. So
Yeah.
glad you're a
Shout out to
fan.
them.
Anyway,
Thanks for watching.
ready for a quick interview. Anyway, so I thought we might be able to present fans with the do's, don'ts, and tips around NBA Summer League. I don't want to brag, but I felt like you and I did it the right way, and I felt
Yeah.
like A to Z, everything that we did, all the choices that we made were good ones. Though there are some choices, especially that I made, that I don't think would be all that good. So let's go back and forth. Let's talk a little bit about some of these things. The first thing I'm going to say is dress for the weather. And what do I mean by that? Is there a lot of weather in Vegas? No, it's hot. That's it. You got to dress like you're going into an oven. I think in the morning when we got up to get there early to beat the heat, it was 107. By the time we got done, it was 122. Like, it is hot, and you are sitting in line. So please dress for the heat.
Yeah, and it's not just a line. I mean, I don't know how you would describe this, but this was like a march. We remember the line wrapped all the way around the arena, like the whole Thomas and Mack Center, which is where UNLV, the college team, plays. The
Yep.
line went all the way around the arena, and everybody was just huddled up against the wall trying to find any semblance of shade. It was awful.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually right. But a fun tip while you are waiting that line, see how many random NBA jerseys you can find, because that
was
was
the
an
fun
incredible
game.
time. Yeah, that was good.
Fun game.
That
Fun
was
game.
really
Yeah.
good. Wait,
What
does that guy?
Sharif Abdul
Yeah,
Rahim? Like, what are we doing here?
Olden Polonies? Where did you
Yeah.
get that jersey?
Yeah. I didn't
Must-
think I'd see Tom Gugliotta today, but
But
there it
you
is.
did. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yours. What do you got? What tip? What do or don't?
So if your friend's wife is buying, definitely get the NBA experience pass. That little lounge area was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was sponsored by a certain brand that it doesn't sponsor us, so we don't need to name them. But needless to say, the beverages were fantastic, and yeah, we had to pay for coffee,
Yeah.
but the beverages were free, which was a little bit surprising.
Yep.
But fun area where we could kind of sit, have a little snack, and spend some time chatting in between games and kind of in those weird sessions where nothing's going on.
Oh, I like it. It's like you're setting me up. That actually leads me to two don'ts. Number one, don't consume too much of the free stuff. What I mean by that is, if there is a signature drink at said area, just mind yourself. It's free for a reason, and go at
Take
a
your
go at a
time.
take your time. Go at a good pace. Go at a good pace. And the second one, don't expect good coffee that's free. We searched that stadium. We found one coffee stand, and for $7, I'm pretty sure I got like bottom of the coffee thing full. I mean, it was awful. I still drank it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We didn't complain.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that leads me to as well. So if the funny thing about the coffee situation there, yes, the coffee that you could buy and drink there was terrible, but you could buy beans from Dikembe Mutombo. Remember Dikembe Mutombo coffee beans, which I think you can still buy today. I
Yep.
sent you a bag of them. That was amazing. They had this separate little like kind of pop-up store location in the arena, kind of in the concourse.
Yeah.
And they had a bouncer out front. They had cool music, all these different off the wall things for sale. And they were all player brands. Like
Yep.
Norman Powell had his Understand the Grind brand. Dikembe had his coffee. A don't that you don't want to do when you go there is call Bobby Portis, Clinton Portis Jr.
It's on my list. It's on my list.
That was
Don't-
the funniest thing. And you did it twice. And one of them was to his face. Once was to the bouncer and once was to his face. And I would just let you go. I was like, here we go. Buckle up.
And I don't know if people know this, but Bobby Portis is bigger than Clinton Portis, and he's a big dude. And when you say an athlete by the wrong name and they give you that stare down, like, and Mark was like, "Nope," he just stepped back and like, "It's all you, buddy." You can.
What is he doing? Like, him. He did it. Him. Kill him.
You can sleep in the bed that you just made, sir.
Yeah.
That is my do though. I would suggest that you really study up and bone up on your 9th, 10th, 11th NBA guy on the bench, because you're going to see a lot of them.
You're going to see him.
Yeah, we ran. I mean, I got nachos behind Christian Brown from the
Nailed it.
Denver Nuggets. Thank you.
Yep, we saw Ime Udoka.
We did. We saw Ime. Yeah, that was good.
I shook Sham Sharanya's hand, and you were
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Trust me." And now
Yeah.
he's the main guy on ESPN.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that
You're
was good.
welcome, Shams. By the way.
Come on the show. Come on.
Yeah, he's
Um,
got time.
yeah, so you're gonna see those people. You're gonna see a lot of coaches. I saw Danny Ainge sitting with Brad Stevens. They were just talking it up. They didn't say hi, but maybe next time. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they're kind of busy talking. So the other thing that I will say that you should do is don't stay in one place too long, right? Like there will be things that you want to see, but don't be afraid to get up. There's two gyms and they're connected to each other. So
Yep.
the fun thing for us was like, hey, the side gym was like a practice gym. It looked like a high school gym. But oftentimes that would be empty because everybody would be in the main gym. So you could
Yep.
go and get really good seats and be close to the action. Um, it's an interesting brand of ball because you can see these assistant coaches are the ones that take over, right? And it kind of gives them experience, or a G League guy or something like that. And they get these kind of this mishmash of players that are all dying to kill the guy next to them in
Yep.
order to do anything it takes to be in the league. And you got to get them to kind of play together and put some kind of an offense in and some defensive concepts and just basically crash course them into something that could potentially set them up for success if they make the big squad. So it was really interesting to see the coaching that was going on and kind of the style of ball. It's nothing complicated at all. It's kind of like showcase ball, but it was still really fun to see.
It was. Yeah, one of my dues is just be all in. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Oh,
Oh, okay.
right on time.
Little cameo there from
Right
Ray's
on
wife.
time.
Shout out.
So here's another do. I just wrote this, be all in. And
Yep.
what I mean is, it's the only time that you're going to be able to rub elbows with the who's who of the NBA media. If you remember, we're just pointing them out. We're just sitting there pointing out Brian Windhorst. We're pointing out all these guys like Greg Anthony, just random NBA dudes all walk around. Bill Simmons was sitting courtside. So many coaches. Hubie Brown was walking around. Like we just kept seeing people. It's the only time that you're sitting there eating a hot dog watching an NBA game, and suddenly you're like, who is walking down the? Oh, it's Big Baby Glenn Davis. What do you know?
Yep.
Wonder if that guy needs to borrow $10. It's
He's coming
rough,
for you, Ray.
rough year for him. Rough year for him. But it's just
Yeah.
cool. So you, to your point, you got to be all in. And with that, I'll give you a do and a don't. I would say you should gamble on the games like we did. We had a great time with that, but don't expect to win. And what I mean by that, like they're so. I think we ended up losing $11 for the entire 2 days. I mean, we bet $1 bets. We had a great time. We bet on people we've never heard of. It was great. We had a great time with that.
But remember, I think I pulled 200 out of a slot machine
Yeah,
randomly,
yeah. So it's free
like at the
money.
beginning of the trip. So I was like, hey, let's just roll with this and just goof around. And it made it a lot of fun. Yeah. Anytime you can gamble on something you have no idea about and just throw a dart, it's kind of a good time. But again, that's probably why they build casinos in Vegas. Yeah. So that was an awesome birthday trip. And you're on a birthday trip now. And so what of those, like, are you all into this birthday trip, or what's the advice that you're taking from that trip and applying this year?
Yeah, 100%. So anybody who's been to, I like this.
Synergy.
Synergy. Yeah. Wait, we're losing fans by the moment. Anyone that has been to Sun River knows that it's really about riding bikes. Like that's what you got to do. And so I got the fam. We rented some bikes. I got Beckham on the back of like the tag along bike, where like he can pedal, but he's attached to me. And I don't know if you've ever seen Beckham, but he's kind of a wobbler. He kind of looks around. He likes to talk to people. He likes to see the sights. And every time he does that, the whole dang thing shifts. So it's a little bit of a, little bit of a balance thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in on that. But honestly, man, it's like being in the moment. Don't worry about work. Just like hang out with the fam, have a good time. If someone says, "Hey, can we insert whatever here?" Be like, "Yep, let's do it." So a lot of bike rides, at weird like post dinner bike rides, things like that. We went to the Shark, which is the pool. We spent a lot of time at the Shark, no matter how busy it was. Oh yeah, had a great time there. So all in, bro.
There you go. And that's how you do it right. I'm going to jump into my topic. This came up in a friend group of mine. Okay. We got a little update here. The Taylor Serrano fight from James Carter Jr., aka Jim. Taylor won. That's good to know.
Must be where everybody's at.
Yeah, that's what they're watching instead of this. In the gauntlet, this friend group of mine from college, we all have chat threads that go on for days, and a topic came up, and I thought, well, that would be an interesting one for us to kind of go into. And the question was, it kind of feeds into the way the gauntlet works as well, because there's a GOAT in every sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's debatable, sometimes it's not. So, like if you look at tennis, they say it's the big three. So it's Nadal, Federer, Djokovic, right? Like those are the big three. But if there's three of them, then there's probably not a GOAT. GOAT standing for greatest of all time. If you haven't heard that, kids say that all the time with their lingo. So you say Tiger is the GOAT of golf, but is Tiger the most dominant in golf or in golf? Is he more dominant than any other GOAT in any other sport? Right. So
Mm-hmm.
there's some names that come up: Tom Brady, Serena Williams, Jordan, Tiger, Wayne Gretzky. But Ray, who do you think, or who would you say, and it might not be on that list, is the GOAT of all of the GOATs? Who was the most dominant, the greatest of all time, of all the greatest of all time?
Yeah, I wanna actually, as somebody who drives a large truck in the background. Thank you. Thanks for being a fan once again. I want to add someone to the list, and I want to be super clear that I don't think he's at the top of those lists, but I don't think we think of this often because of how new it is. But I think John Jones has to be up there. And I think John Jones has to be up there from a UFC perspective and a GOAT in the UFC simply because of the amount of talent he had. And I think he probably would be on this list had he not, quite frankly, been an idiot from time to time in his career and kind of had some troubles outside of the sport. Every time he was in the sport, he dominated. Matter of fact, his only loss was actually a no contest, and it's because he failed a drug test or did it was an elbow. I think it was an elbow or whatever, and so he got a no contest. But all in all, I think John Jones belongs on that list. As far as like who is the goatiest GOAT, though, it's got to be Tom Brady, right? It's got to be the 7 Super Bowls, 2 different teams. I think he ascended Michael Jordan because of his longevity. I think it definitely has to be Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I get Tom Brady being up there, and it's impressive. All of the Super Bowl rings, the striking good looks, all that fun stuff. I also it felt like there's a lot of he didn't have the stats. He didn't have the records that a Wayne Gretzky had. Even if you look at Tiger's reign, like Tiger was so dominant that nobody could even come close in second, and it was like 15 years that went on. It was so long that he just kept winning and winning and winning. And I think that's being a more wide open sport. I think this is definitely a good.
He's got a point.
And I was watching an old fight on TV the other day, and it was Ali Frazier, and seeing Ali lose, kind of get knocked down, and kind of like shocked you, right? I mean,
Yeah.
They said I don't think anybody was beating Frazier on that night. So it's interesting because nobody's perfect, right? Nobody has the perfect undefeated record. But yeah, I feel like for me it's between Tiger and Serena, and then I have Wayne Gretzky as like a close third there because
You don't even have Brady in your top 3.
3? No.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
Why?
crazy. Um, Serena, you can make a really good argument. I can get on board with that. I don't think Tiger was 15 years. I don't know it well enough, but I don't think he was 15 years. I think it was more like a really good 8 to 9 where he just seemed unbeatable. But the longevity of Tom Brady's career, I think, has to be put like he didn't have records because he didn't need them, right? Because football is much more of a team sport than something like tennis, so it's going to be a little bit different. I think you could. I think you could get me with a Serena argument, but I don't think Tiger would.
See, so you see like a guy right now, it's Scotty Scheffler, who's so dominant, right? He is on top of everything, and he's been that way for as far as you can remember back, right? Like the last couple of years. And then you see these stats come out that he would have to do that for 15 or 12. Like he'd have to be number one for however many more years or weeks or whatever to even match Tiger. It's absurd. And it was week in and week out. It wasn't like he picked and chose. It wasn't like, oh, I'm only doing majors. I mean, the guy won 82 tournaments. That's a lot. And it's a wide open sport and it's individual. That's the other thing.
Does it matter to you though that like when we talk about the greatest of all time, people argue with Tom Brady. They even argue Joe Montana, is he a better quarterback, whatnot. There's even a little bit of Michael Jordan, LeBron argument, which I think is ridiculous. But does it matter that nobody really questions Serena? Like there isn't a second. There's just not. And then the same goes with Gretzky. Like when you talk about hockey, Gretzky's the greatest of all time. It's not really close. We don't really have a discussion. Even Ovechkin hasn't gotten close to it. Mario Lemieux hasn't gotten close to it. It's always Gretzky. Does that put a little like an exclamation point on those two?
Yeah, I mean, being the great one, right? And that's it. And everybody, it's the one you compare people to, right? Like I agree. Kareem, yeah, he was amazing as well and very dominant. Shaq was dominant. Wilt was dominant. But in terms of like the greatest, there's another echelon there, right? The Gretzky stat I've heard is if you take away all of his goals, so points in hockey are goals and assists. Yep. If you take away all the goals, he still leads all time in points.
Excuse me.
And he scored more goals than anybody in the history until this year.
We already had the stat of the week. You can't give another one.
Oh, I'm dropping stats like crazy, and I'm quoting them off the top of my head, so they're probably a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff Gretzky did, it was just a different level. And it was for his era. You know, I think there's people that are that good now, but not that good for that long. Yeah, Serena, you can't question just how dominant. You know, she would just come in and take over. Yeah. And it's like, who's coming in second? It's Larry Bird of the 3-point contest, right? Who's coming in second?
Yeah, is it bizarre that we don't have this discussion around baseball? Like, would it be Bonds if we didn't have the whole steroid era?
Yeah, it absolutely would, and I still think that he probably is. You know, there's mythical, legendary players like Mays, you know, Hank Aaron, even like Mickey Mantle. Some of those old Yankees that I had never really watched, so I can't compare them. I feel like I have more information on some of the more recent sports. I've watched more old basketball than old baseball, but there's nobody right now.
Shout out a little bit of a spelling snafu from my wonderful wife, but from Brooks, he wants us to say Paige Beckers. She's good.
Okay, who's the goat? Who's the goat in the W then? It's a tough one.
It's really tough, especially when some of the stalwarts of the past, like Cheryl Miller, didn't have a chance to play in the WNBA. So right now, it's got to be Taurasi. I think Taurasi is the current GOAT of the WNBA. Though
Bird? Better than Sue Bird?
Yeah, honestly, like a Cynthia Cooper from back in the day, which before it got super popular, like I think they won 4 straight WNBA titles. Like Cynthia Cooper was legit, and if you go back and just it's worth a YouTube search. Like she could ball. But yeah, I think I probably go with Taurasi because she had the biggest opportunity to have like a long career.
Yeah, I mean, Cheryl Miller's the good call there, right? That's the one where you kind of go, man, if only.
Yep.
I really liked. Are you giggling at a comment? Oh,
no. I just agree. I'm just agreeing.
Agreeing with yourself.
I love that we got a little WNBA chat going on here.
Yeah,
You know what?
absolutely. Okay. So you're sticking with Brady. That's your guy.
That's my guy. I think 7 Super Bowls. I think the NFL is the toughest place to get multiple championships, or we think of it that way. Maybe I'm even arguing against myself because some of these champions that you're talking about made it look so easy, and so we say it's tougher. So this is a really tough debate, man. Like this is really tough. I think in the end, the one that probably makes the most sense from a dominance perspective is Serena Williams. Like she's just so far above everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a good conversation to be in, right? If your name's up there. Um, Unlike the amateur hour we have here going on. I'm starting to look at these comments and I'm growing a little concerned. Did I like hurt Colton's feelings? Did something come up where he got mad after that Portland Trailblazers take?
Look,
I'm not watching anymore.
Everyone needs a Friday off, my friend. Everyone needs a Friday off. It's all good.
Yeah. We probably should have taken one. All right, I'll throw the topic to you, Ray.
Okay, I'm looking around here. I'm looking at my topics. So I got a top 3, bottom 3 tonight, and just judging where we're at in the show, I actually I think I'm going to throw it back to you. I want to hear another one of your topics.
Okay. So I'm glad that superfan Jim Carter is watching because this one kind of involves some stuff going on with him. We talked last week when he was on the show about him being a Penn State alum, and it's kind of a fun rivalry that we have in our family now. The son-in-law, father-in-law, and Penn State and Oregon being in the same conference now. We played for the Big Ten championship in football, and it's a fun rivalry, and I think it's going to be a good one going forward because both teams are so good. The Ducks are playing at Penn State next year. And it's one of those trips where it's like, man, I've always wanted to go and see a game at that stadium. And then they said, oh, it's going to be a night game. And I was like, a night game at Happy Valley. Like, why would you got to go?
Yep.
And then they said, oh, by the way, this is going to be the whiteout game where all the fans wear white. And it's going, oh my gosh, I got to go. I got to go. But I mean, there's commitments, there's life, there's family. So as I'm getting excited about this trip coming up, all of a sudden there's kind of some adversity that comes in the way, right? Like the flights aren't direct. You can't really fly into Happy Valley. You fly into Pittsburgh, you fly into a couple other places and drive and rent a car. And then where do you stay? Because anywhere that you want to stay that's anywhere close to this tiny college town out in the middle of nowhere is going to be $500, $600 a night. So then the traffic, like there's just so many pieces where it's going to be like, expensive, challenge, no sleep. At what point do you bag that trip, right? At what point do you go, I'm fighting uphill here. I'm just going to let this one go. It could be the trip of a lifetime. Or do you push through and go, I'm going anyway, no matter what, I don't care.
So you just explained to everybody that it is my birthday week. I just turned 84 and I am at the age. Yeah, whatever. I am at the age now where there's only 2 types of trips that I want to go on. One type of trip is the type that it doesn't matter what happens, I'm going. Okay. All of the stuff that gets in the way is simply a gift. I don't know if you've watched the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but I enjoy it. And so anything you throw in front of me, I'm getting there. So it's as much about the journey as it is when I get there. The other trip is I'm just looking for a reason to cancel. Oh, for the love. Just give me a reason to cancel. If the coffee isn't hot enough on the plane, I'm like, too bad. I got to go.
Guess we better turn around and go back.
You know what I mean? Oh, this gas station's close. So
Sorry, the car's broken.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I got to wash my hair. So many wonderful excuses. That's where I'm at, Coach. So if this is something that you have determined is in bucket number 1 that you have to go to, come rain, come shine, come plane, trains, and automobiles, my friend, you got to be there. You have just got to be there. Yep.
It's hard, man.
Yep. How bad you want it? How bad you want it?
Peer pressure.
Sometimes it means you're sleeping on the couch. Sometimes, it's just the way it goes, bro. You just got to go.
Yeah. But I just, I feel like there's more in bucket 2 now than bucket 1. Like
Yes.
the older you get, the more you start to go, I can do without that. I'd rather just stay at home, me, the wife, and the kid,
Yeah.
and
Let me tell you, Coach Mark. I'm gonna go behind the curtain here. I'm gonna give the fans what they want. Give a little vulnerability here. The moment I knew that Coach Mark and I were going to be lifelong friends, or like that we had really developed something over the many years that we have, is when I flew into Phoenix for work. And I always go and see Coach Mark when I'm in Phoenix for work. And we're like, hey, let's meet for dinner. And I'm like, hey, you want to meet for dinner? And he's like, do you? And I know that. I'm like, how about halfway? And Mark's like, or we could just do it next time. And I was like, my man, I'm going back to my hotel room. You're going to stay on your couch. We're good to go. Nobody's mad. We're both happy. And it's all good.
We could have, I was like, we could force this and make it work and meet here. And then I'll drive there and I'll pick up the kid. And it's just like, no. I'm a little disappointed by the way you said that story though, Ray, if I'm going to be vulnerable back with you.
Oh, here we go.
So this was like last year, right? That I told you this, right? Ray, that's when you knew we were going to be lifelong friends. Was 20 years after we met.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, that's great.
Come on, man. I was like, man, you're like, oh, this is when I knew we were going to be. What?
No, you're absolutely right. As you get older in life, you have so many more of those trips that you're like, just give me a reason. Just give me a reason that I can pack this thing in. But this does not sound like that. I mean, Jim listens to more of our content than anybody else.
Seriously,
he deserves you going on this trip with him, whatever that looks like. You should go.
So I kind of think he put it in bucket 2 though, Ray.
Oh, I love it.
So that's another like hurdle. It's like, okay, am I going alone? Am I going with superfan Danny Havel? Right? Because he talked about going. So then I'm like kind of in this purgatory of, do I just commit to say that's the wife? That's my wife.
Yeah, always.
Let me handle that. Jim, I think I can handle that part. I don't know. It's up in the air. We are up in the air. Tickets are stupid expensive, but if this turns out to be the year that one or the other wins the national championship, the first in a long time for Penn State, first ever for Oregon.
Yeah.
Like, how can you pass that up?
Out. Coach Mark, I will tell you the same thing that I always tell you. Community college is getting better and better every year. Your son is going to be fine. It's all good. Don't sweat it.
Sorry, I know his teeth are way out here, but we're not getting braces.
No, okay.
Daddy had to go to a game.
Okay. No, but let's break down what puts things in bucket 1 or bucket 2. Okay.
Help me out here.
Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost,
my man.
That's right. It comes down to like, how much am I willing to sacrifice? And what I mean by that, there are some dollars and cents to it. Okay.
Yes.
Like there is sometimes. Oh wow. Done.
So now the guilt is on Jim, because now Jim's going to be the reason that I don't get to go. But it's an interesting algorithm, right? Like it's like a pie, but the dollars and cents, if that shrinks, but there's other adversity that comes up, right? Like there's different pieces that all fit into this puzzle. Yeah. And
I mean, first off, you weren't going to go from Arizona to Pennsylvania in a direct flight anyway. So you just have to bake that in. Like you just have to know that you have to bake that in. Now the question is, are you going to have enough points to like pay for this flight? Okay, so you're good there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're good there. So you're fine there. So then the second piece of it is like, how much weather are you willing to withstand?
Well, it's September, so it's not exactly in the bad part.
It's fall, so it could be beautiful. It could be rainy.
Here's the challenge. The real challenge with this is first of all, the cost of stay, car, everything, game ticket's going to be absurd. Yeah. The second piece of it is just the plane, trains, and automobiles part. Yeah. And at what point are we too old to get off a flight, wake up early, drive 4 hours, go to a game, the game ends, get back in the car and drive the hours back and sit in traffic. Like, it's just rough. And I mean, the Ohio State game, it was worth it. Weren't we talking about sports like 5 minutes ago? Hi, good one, Alex. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for being a fan.
Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for
being a fan.
But now that my wife brought that up, and I desperately want to sleep on the couch tonight, how much trouble you're going to get in from your spouse is an enormous part of this, and it is a calculation you have to put in because because if you find out that they have a big work thing and there's no one to watch the kid, and then you have to leave them behind with the kid, like.
Yep. The other piece of it is. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to set them up, but when you get home and there's a long list of things to do and you've been on a trip like this, you are beyond exhausted. But then when you're the parent at home with the kid and the other parent comes home and it's like, okay, now you're tagging in to help, right? So hard. Yeah, so hard to go.
And never mind that kids who ruin everything and are the light of your life, both at the same time. They will inevitably have some sort of event on the same day as that event.
Aren't your kids listening, Ray?
Of course they are. Yes.
Hey, shout out.
So if I chose to go to a Celtics basketball game, my son would have a play or my other son would have something going on. You know what I mean? It's just inevitable. What's going to happen?
Yep. Shout out Brooks and Beckham Moffitt. Shout out to StreamYard. We want to thank you, StreamYard, because without StreamYard, this podcast would not be able to be aired on YouTube.
That's right.
That is coming directly from one Beckham Moffitt.
That's right.
And we agree. We agree
completely. Okay, so I think we've decided here. I think we spent a long time with this because I just want to make sure that you know that you should do this trip and you should make it happen and you should stop thinking so much about it. You should do it.
Are you coming with me then?
This is a bucket one. It's probably a bucket two for me, but it's a bucket one trip for you.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can figure it out. I'll keep everybody posted on the trip plans. I just thought I didn't mean to get that personal with everybody watching, so I apologize for putting anybody on blast. I hope I didn't hurt any feelings, but it's an interesting topic because I'm getting to that point where there's more in bucket two, and there's just that feeling like, are we fighting uphill here? Should we just let this go? If it's like a blowout, like if the Ducks get murdered and I go through all this trouble to go and watch it,
that's gonna hurt.
Or if the fans are terrible, if like the visiting fans or the home fans and I'm the visitor and you get beer dumped on you or something like that. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. Okay. We only have a little bit left here. So I want to go back to the poll question. You can pull up the poll question again.
I gotcha.
If you had 2 years to practice a sport and you could dedicate full time, what could you earn a legit pro contract? I have done some research, and while I may have to go out of country to get a pro contract, I think if you gave me 2 years, I'm going pro in croquet.
Whoa.
It's about touch. It's about touch. It's about strategy. I looked this up. It's about strategy, and you can absolutely go pro in croquet. There is a world championships in croquet, and I think I could win it.
See, when you were talking about all of those pieces, I really thought you were going to go with the guy chasing the cheese down the hill, talking about leaving the country. And I was worried that you were going to bring up Joey Chestnut again because I don't want you going down that road. No. I mean, bowling is kind of an obvious one for me.
But you have some skill in bowling.
Got a little chops.
You're good in bowling. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could dedicate 2 years full time, I feel like the whole cross country skiing with the shooting the targets, that's got to be doable.
Yeah, it is, but you have to because the limited number of people that are trying to go pro, right? So that's why you're not talking about one of the major sports, but that's not me because I can't shoot.
Well, I can shoot.
Okay.
But those people, it feels like those people have jobs.
Yeah.
Right. So they're doing this in their spare time, like curling, right? That's a spare time sport. If you could go full time, then you would have a clear advantage over them. And you just got to have a little personality before you start, raking in the money with the sponsorships and stuff.
But that's
what the hair long headband.
That's what I'm saying. If you burst onto the croquet scene, and just started talking trash. I mean, just like
if you burst onto the croquet scene,
if you just burst on the croquet scene and just started like talking trash to people and doing
I think that's like a sweater and khakis game over there, isn't it?
I know, which is why if you go all Ultimate Warrior and you're doing like promos and you're like, let me tell you, Cecil, I just got here and I'm not leaving. I'm coming after you. You know what I mean? The whole thing, like that's what I'm talking about.
I want Holyfield.
And then Croquet Weekly would be like good for the sport, bad for the sport. You'd have a whole thing.
Croquet Weekly. You're sponsored by Marlboros. You're just pulling darts out there. You're the John Daly of croquet.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Little John Daly, little Andre Agassi. People are like, God, he's just such a natural though. How does he do it? It's like I just spent 2 days, 2 years. I just spent 2 years doing nothing but playing croquet all the time. Nothing but triceps all day, just tricep exercises. I'm telling you.
I'm laughing so hard. Oh, okay. Well, we got some great comments in the comment section. I agree. Darts, I think, could definitely be one of them. If you just, I think if you can get into playing darts without drinking beer, because it's a bar game, then you could easily dominate in 2 years. I agree with Jim on that one. That was a fun topic. Make sure that if you have any sports other than field hockey or ping pong, which by the way, Erica Carter is the Carter family ping pong champion. Wait for the comments on that one. Definitely put them in the comments. We'd love to hear your final submissions for the poll. But Ray, we got to jump into top 3, bottom 3 here.
Yes, we do. We got to make sure of it. And because I'm on vacation, I decided I want to talk a little bit about vacation activities. And I'll be honest with you, I'm glad you brought up darts because shout out to Brooks Moffitt. Been playing a lot of darts on this trip. He's been challenging a lot of people, been talking a lot of trash about darts. And so shout out to my son on that one. But I thought we'd do something a little bit different here. Instead of going back and forth, like I'm going to give you some vacation activities. And I want you, Coach Mark, to tell me, is that in your top 3 or your bottom 3? And then we can debate it a little bit. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Top 3, bottom 3, golf.
Yeah, that's the top. Anytime you can go on the road on vacation and go, are you showing off a hat? Is this a new acquisition you have?
As you can see, it's from Quail Run Golf Course. Yeah,
Quail Run.
Yeah, played
How'd
that. We played something called a scramble, which essentially means like everyone hits and then I scramble to find my ball in the weeds.
That's not what it means, but okay.
Oh, okay. No, I had a couple shots that we took, but my sister-in-law Whitney and I took the title there of Sun River Moffitt Family Golf Championship, so I felt pretty good about that.
Little golf clap for you there.
Thank you. Not darts, Mark. Lawn jarts.
I've never heard of lawn jarts. Unicycle hockey.
We have a new fan. Becca
I don't know who Becca is.
Oh, I do. Super fan, Pastor Chad, his wife.
Oh, nice to meet you, Becca.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I did not recognize the name. I apologize.
It's all good.
Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for being a fan. Okay. I don't know about jarts. Do I need to be a Google search? Okay, so keep going, and I'll do this off to the side because this is apparently a task.
Okay. Next up, shopping. You a big shops kind of guy? You like to go to do a little shopping on vacation?
Bottom. Yeah. No, I I get that it's something to do and somewhere to go. Like if it's like a Mall of America or like something where you actually can go and see some kind of interesting, this place has great this. But I'm not going to go somewhere and just go explore the shops. I want to get one thing and then get out.
I think my wife would tell you that the worst person ever to take shopping, especially on vacation, is one Ray Moffitt, Coach Ray. I also a bottom 3 of mine. We tried it today. I didn't last long. Let me tell you, I didn't last long before I started sulking a bit. So I like that. Okay, board games. You a big board game guy?
Love board games. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So the key is it needs to be, there's a couple of things. Number one, the rules can't be so complicated. Oh, well, if that's where you like to go shop, Jim. Yeah, I'm not wearing anything from there. Uh, Jim commented Victoria's Secret. Okay. There's some scenery there, I guess, but depending on where you're traveling, there might be some scenery you don't want to see. So speaking of Jim, let's just jump to this real quick. Jarts is apparently lawn darts.
Yeah.
And that is like death, I've heard. It's pretty much just throwing a spike in the air and waiting for it to come down and impale somebody.
Illegal in some states, but that's good. Okay.
Yeah. What was the board games. Yes. Yeah. The rules need to be inclusive. So if it takes like 25 minutes to explain the rules, I'm out. Everybody needs to be able to play, have fun, get in, and then quick games. Play a little bit here, a little bit there, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, a lot of Scrabble being played here this weekend. And quick is not what I would describe it. Shout out to Pastor Chad, who needs no less than 27 minutes at each one. But I got to, speaking of Becca Fitch, she did whoop me in a game of Scrabble just last night. So,
hey, you got to be able to pull the dictionary. All right, next one.
Okay, next one. Are you a big road trip guy? Like when you're on vacation, you like to drive long distances? You like road trips?
I like driving to get to the vacation. But once I'm at the vacation, I don't like, and it's one of the reasons why I like cruising is because you unpack once. I don't like packing and always being on the move from here to there to there to there. It's like I will drive a long way to get there, unload, and I'm settled, and then load back up and go.
Okay, that's fair. Next up, are you a big bike guy? You like to bicycle? You like to bicycle around?
Yeah, I like riding bikes.
Okay, so that's a top 3 for you.
Yeah, I'll put that on top. Yep.
Yeah, shout out Sun River. By the way, the fun part about Sun River is all the houses are one of 3 colors.
Yep.
So if you don't bring your phone, like you're just getting lost.
Yeah.
People are like, oh no, go down to the cul-de-sac. There are 150 cul-de-sacs in this place.
It's circle 11, and you're like, but I can't tell if I'm at circle 2 or circle 14.
Yeah, and there are 4 circle 11s, to be clear. I don't understand how the numbering works. I'm pretty sure.
And you don't know which way you're going anymore. You just loop around and loop around. Okay.
Yep. Okay, next
we got time for one more.
Okay, pool guy. You a pool guy? You like to go lounge by the pool?
A little bit. I just kind of feel like I get bored sitting there, though. I would put that in the bottom, probably.
Oh, because you're not a book guy. Are you a book guy?
Not a book guy. Not really, no. Yeah. We took Christopher swimming last week up in Havasu, and that was fun. So I think there's going to be kind of a new part of that unlocked, but yeah.
Yeah, that's all the kids want to do, by the way. It's all children want to do. They just want to swim 100% of the time. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Sorry, that's your top 3, bottom 3. Thank you. I think we're at the end.
Kind of a new format there. That was fun. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow along by adding us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Dueling Coaches. The poll question tonight, you can still comment, send us in your stuff. We'll put it up on Instagram as well. I'll put that up there tonight. And then join us next Friday for more of the Immature Amateur Hour at 9 p.m. on YouTube, 9 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, or Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on 88.7 The Pulse. On YouTube, it's fun because you can play that home game. For Coach Ray, any final words?
Go on vacation. Enjoy your family.
I'm Coach Mark. Leave it better than you found it. And we're clear. New top 3, bottom 3 method or format there. That was kind of cool.
I know it was. I will be honest. I didn't know until this show how much I rely on getting that first music to like pump me up and ready to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So to let the fan that's watching still know, it's not allowing us to use it. There was an upgrade to the software that we use online, and it's not allowing me to add that video onto the screen. So we've got to figure that out. I think the subscription is like $40 a month, so it's ludicrous. But we got to figure something out because that was a little bit of a jumping right into the, that was like a polar plunge. That was a little rough, but we made it. We got through it. So Ray,
Yep.
how's it feel to be 40?
43.
How's
43.
it, and a crooner apparently.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be 43?
I got a couple runs in while I was here in Sun River, and yeah, it feels older. I don't bounce back like I used to. I can't vacation, as they might say, have a cocktail and then get up the next morning and run and have it just be fine. So I'm pretty sure that someone might have called an ambulance if they saw me run by. That's how it
fun.
feels. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a couple other topics I am actually going to save for the future. I legitimately did not anticipate that this was going to go into like a whole like Mark's trip with his father-in-law, like putting them in the middle of the whole thing. I think it ended up being funny, and I hope everybody has a good. Hey,
Thanks,
what a
Jim.
guy!
Appreciate
What
that.
a guy!
Yeah,
I hope
it's
everybody
good.
is a good sport about it. I feel bad. I don't want to air out anybody's dirty laundry, but also like it is interesting topic and interesting content to think about. Like, where is that line where you don't push anymore? And Ray, it sounds like you just go all in and keep going. It doesn't matter.
No. If I want to, but I told you, there's like been a couple like. So I'm here with family. I'm here with my mom. I'm here with my brother. I'm here with Pastor Chad. Like we're all hanging out, and there are pieces of this trip where they're like, "Hey, if you want to come insert here, do it." And I'm like, "Nope, I'm good." Oh, got that cold. That are definitely what I like to call type 2 activities where I'm just trying to find a reason to get the hell out. So yeah, I'm good. Man.
And they're all watching in the other room.
No, not now.
Okay,
They're good. Not that group. Like I'll hang out with Chad and Becca and my wife. Like we'll hang out all day. But you know what I mean? Like yeah, some of that ancillary stuff. So it was good though. It was a good vacation for the week.
How about the Victoria's Secret?
My man.
That cracked me up. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna say this on the air, but hey, you put it up there. I got a comment on it.
That's right. That's right.
I like the rhythm of. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was. You keep going. You're talking about the show. I want to hear this.
No, I just like the rhythm. I feel like we both saw Wass's comment about Australian breakdancing, and we held. We were like, okay, we're in the middle of a topic, and we talked about that, and that was cool to just be like, okay, we're gonna both be on the same page here. Like we're both gonna not blink and wait, and then drop it in when it has room to breathe.
Yeah, this show will never go on our highlight reel, if I'm being honest. But the fact that you're in a hotel room, I'm sitting out on a deck in Sun River. I mean, we did pretty good. We're sticking to the discipline of every. You left me. Okay, now you're back. You just disappeared.
I know.
You just disappeared, and I went like big on the screen.
I know. Why would I do that? Why would I not want to be on camera, right?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't ready for it. I mean, I did pretty good. No, it's okay. I mean, I held my own. Only Chad got that reference, by the way, who's probably still watching.
Yeah.
But anyway, so vacation ends today. Tomorrow morning, we're making the 10-hour drive back to Utah.
Yeah, I put the over under on bathroom stops for the kiddos at 5.5. You think it's going to be over? See, I think they're going to fall asleep.
No, first off, my kids don't sleep. They don't sleep on road trips. Second, yeah, they don't at all. Second, my wife reminded me today, it's actually my constant coffee drinking. I have to stop as much.
It's you.
Oh yeah, I am the problem. Yeah,
I love it.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
So, can you answer for this though? Now that we're off of YouTube, or off of the radio.
Can I just be vulnerable for the second time in this podcast? I have never watched this video. I had no idea. Like when you started bringing this up, I'm like, oh no. I mean, if you listen to the words of the song, it's an abhorrent song. And so the fact that this video exists, like I kind of
said this was your go-to karaoke song.
Yes, and it is my go-to karaoke. I'm not lying, but like I've never seen the video.
But you know the words.
Yes, I know just where to touch you, and I know just what to prove. I know when to pull you closer. Oh, yeah, I know all the words. Oh, yeah, I got it all.
Not creeped out by that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time
I
I picture singing it though, my wife is in the crowd and I'm embarrassing her by singing it to her. So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. I didn't know the song. And so after the last show, I went and looked it up and I forgot that I had emailed myself. The way I track and make topics, most of these come from Instagram or Twitter, is I'll just take a screenshot of it and then email it to myself in like one thread throughout the week. So then I have multiple topics at the end. And I went back in the email and went, oh, yeah, that's right. I have this. Totally forgot.
I
Not
don't.
creepy at all.
What I would love you to do though is look at Air Supply as they existed when they were popular, and then look at them now. Boy, they did not age well. Those guys. I don't know what they did, but I don't know if they lived next to a power plant or what, but they didn't go well.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me.
You gonna bring it up?
Yeah. And I will.
Show it. Show it. Show it.
Yeah, these guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a little rough. Ooh.
Oh, right here. This is the good one with the tattoos. This is what people need to see.
Are those Oh, man.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Are those the sleeves that you put on that look like tattoos, or is that actual? And the painted fingernails, love it. This guy's got some pizzazz going.
Some panache. Look at it.
Yeah, the guy on the right's like, what are we doing? Where are we? Sharon.
Oh, it's so true. All right. I'm gonna go finish my vacation. I know it's a little shorter, extra time, but I'm gonna go put all my stuff away here. Yeah, stop.
All right. Well,
All
that
right,
is a show. Thanks everybody for watching. Ray, you got to wave. Bye.
Thanks for feedback, Erica. Feedback's a gift.
What was awful?